Welcome to today's video. Nick Upton here. We will be talking about the Green Bay Packers. There's a lot going wrong with the Green Bay Packers right now. They're 4-7 on the year, and it just does not look right. Aaron Rodgers, there's got to be something going on there. We talked about the broken thumb, it looks like, but even Aaron Rodgers doesn't seem like he's the problem. It sounds like the problem of the Green Bay Packers is the Green Bay Packers. This team's not good enough, clear as day. And whose fault is that? It's the front office. They've done absolutely nothing to actually get the Packers in a position to be a good football team, right? They haven't done anything offensively. You can't win a Super Bowl with Allen Lazard as your number one wide receiver. I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way. You can't have a lizard as your number one wide receiver. You can't have Sammy Watkins thinking he's gonna be your number 3 wide receiver, number 2 wide receiver. Shout out Christian Watson, but he also doesn't know how to separate himself. So it's a talent issue. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Robert Tonyan on the field. So again, the Packers, Matt LaFleur is what I'm calling him now. Jeez, I don't know what you do with that team. Changes his staff, and now Barry's there, and he's kind of doing the same thing. They just don't know how to play defense. And the number one thing is the special teams. Special teams has been a problem that nobody really likes to talk about the Packers, right? Because everything else sucks. And we kind of just gloss over that. And everyone thinks because Aaron Rodgers is so great, because he is so great, that he can just lead a team. We can give him a bunch of no-name. This is the situation I see, this is just like Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. All-star player, and then you put absolute dog water around him. And how do you expect him to win a championship? It's a team game. It's not a one-player sport, right? A quarterback can do so much, but when a quarterback's throwing balls and the receivers aren't running the right routes or don't know how to run a right route, that's where you have an issue. The Packers need to do something. I don't know what you do. Give all the money to Odell Beckham to come there. Give every cent you got, because what else do you do this season? You shut down. Packer fans like to tell me they're going to win out the rest of the year. You're not going to win out the rest of the year. You're not making it to the playoffs if you don't do something and change what's going on, because what you're doing every single week, going out there, and it's not football. I can tell you that. It's not football. It's closer when you got Bears fans chirping you now, that's when the Packers are in a tough space. So what do? If you lose to the Eagles next week, do you bench Rodgers, put him on the IR, and then put Jordan Love in and see what he can do? Because why would Aaron Rodgers want to come back to this? Simple as that. Why would he want to come back to an organization that's done absolutely nothing to better his team, right? To better him offensively? No, he's got it. Aaron's got it. Aaron deserves so much better than the Packers organization. And there has to be a ton of change, because we had the situation between Rodgers and the front office just a year ago, and it doesn't sound like anything's gotten settled because they've done nothing. Great. I'm very glad that they got Quay Walker, because he's been phenomenal defensively. He's showing why he belongs there, but the rest of the team, it's just sad to see, right? I'm really hoping. I don't know what you do. Do you trade Rodgers next year? Do you move on from him? Because you're not using him. Otherwise, go and get good players. Go and get good players, Packers, because you're not doing that. And that's the only way you're going to win in the NFL, is if you have good elite players, and you don't have that. You don't. You might have a couple on defense, but you don't. You got Aaron Rodgers, and that's it. So for the Packers fans moving forward, go sign Odell. Go sign Odell. Go do something, because you can't have A.J. Dillon as your running back as well. Get some elite players behind Rodgers. This isn't the Aaron Rodgers. Let's just throw him out there and see what he does. I feel for you, Packers fans. One Super Bowl from that elite level of a quarterback is so disappointing. It's so disappointing, and it hurts me to just even see it, because he deserves more Super Bowls than that. And the Packers organization just being terrible as they are right now, they don't want to help. So I really hope, they move on from Rodgers and let him go and actually be a good quarterback somewhere else where he has talent around him and he doesn't have, just brain dead wide receivers and brain dead tight ends. So anyway, I really hope the Packers can kind of get something to go the rest of the season, because there's talent there, but not enough. So that's going to be it for me today. Check in for another video coming soon.